Fly, how'd you spend the week off?
I just got away with my wife. We went up to Port Douglas, got some sun. It was a bit warmer than here. As I said to the players, let's get some energy in, and we, no different as coaches and staff, that we try to do the same.
So as part of the challenge for players to actually switch off in this time as well?
There is somewhat of a challenge, yeah. Some do it in their own way. Again, I'm not here to judge others how they want to fill up their cup, but it was just offer people the trust and opportunity to do that. And we had still had some guys getting some work in here. Clearly some had to catch up a bit of ground and others needed to get away from it.
Talk us through the challenges of post-bye coaching and playing. How do you set them up to succeed straight away?
Yeah, and that's always our language, actually. How do we set them up? And we're constantly looking at that. If training form was any form, we come back in good order. We've had 9 PBs in the gym yesterday, which is exciting, and we'll see how that stacks up on Saturday night.
Just something that happened during the bye was Scott Swood running the marathon.
Yeah.
Given everything he's been through, what did that mean to you and mean at the footy club?
Look, I missed him on Monday because I wasn't here on Monday, but he came in and started to get back into the program and do some stuff, and we just have a lot of love and support for him, and a lot of appreciation and thought for what he's been going through, and to see him sort of just show some resilience is probably inspiring for some, hopefully for many, and then we'll keep getting around him. He's not in full time as yet, but we're looking forward to the day when he has the opportunity to come in full time.
Life membership for yourself this weekend, what does that mean?
I just found that out downstairs. It means you've spent a lifetime getting it. Yeah, it's nice. I think it's nice. It shows that I've had an ability to be in the game for a long time, which for me as a young man growing up in Adelaide, I just love footy. I just loved everything about football, and then to still think that I'm working in footy 30 years later I pinch myself. I pinch myself daily, and I'm so lucky to be part of this footy club and doing the job I'm doing, and then this is accolation that I get now, life membership at the AFL. I'm really grateful for.
You test this week, Maynard and Lipinski?
Yeah, Paddy will play and Bruzzy won't. Bruzzy's a couple of training sessions short of being ready to be really at his best, so we made a decision around that.
Expecting Maynard to play the week after?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're confident that, like I said, a couple of training sessions short, so one on Friday, and then he'll be able to train heavily on Saturday, and then ideally set himself up to be available next week.
Looked like he trained fully. Is it just not quite over the issue with his foot?
No, nothing wrong with the foot. I shouldn't say nothing, but we're conscious of his loads and making sure he's got enough load to, high speed running is one measure, and top speed stuff. There's a lot of things that Jared Wade ticks off before he gives the full all clear. So this is a high performance decision more than a coach's decision. We'd love to have him out there, but a couple more sessions he'll be right.
2 weeks in at Marvel. You looking forward to that, or you prefer it to be back at the G?
No, we'll play anywhere. And our fans turn up. We know they will. We play anywhere, and probably a good time of year to be playing indoors, isn't it? You never know we're going to get outdoors, but it's a good challenge for us. We've got the Saints who, on face value, had a disappointing game last week, and Ross has got a lot of. I'm sure we'll have Ross will have them fired up, ready for this weekend. Their form prior to the last game is reasonable, and they played really well against Melbourne, and Melbourne played well against us. So bring our A game.
Craig, can you tell us about the breakfast you had with Andrew Dillon? What you ate, what was discussed, and
we probably overcated. There's only a couple that rocked up, but it was really pleasing and to catch up and on a more of a personal level, and just having a general chat. And a week later, the soft cap goes up, so it's nice to think that you've been listened to. And
take credit for that?
No, there's been many voices, and I did share that, as I've shared openly before, that our staff have been quite a loud voice and yelling more so than previously about wanting change, and it's good to hear the AFL listening.
Has it gone up enough? It's still not up to what it was pre-COVID levels.
It's difficult to know, isn't it? I think we want to keep growing as an industry. I'd mentioned personal development as our staff. Our staff are craving getting better, and there's a cap on that. Does there need to be a cap on personal growth? And salary is one part of the soft cap, but there's other parts to it too. I think we're getting towards having better nourishment for the hard work we're doing, but again, we'd like to continue to grow.
How do you see that being spread across your footy department? Each club will have a different method?
Yeah, well, I've been away, so I'm going to catch up with Charlie ourselves, we've earmarked Friday to get to a bit deeper into what that means, and then work around a bit of a plan for that.
Just on Nick Dacos, how do you review the King's birthday tag? Langdon did a pretty tight job on him.
Yeah.
He's going to get another big job with Marcus Windhager in form.
Yeah.
How will he handle that?
Oh, well, Windhagen tag Bontempelli and they lose by 73 points. What value do you put on it? Like that? And so we win a game, a really hard fought game. I thought, again, repeating myself, I thought Melbourne were brilliant. I thought they were really, really good. And we're, watching the game back, we had so many things that we can improve on. And but Nick in itself is a challenge every week because you want Nick to be as best he possibly can be, and then the opposition want him to be the opposite of that. So we've got to get the balance right. Do what's required to win the game, and then obviously Nick's a big part of that. But it's pleasing to think that we're winning games and Nick's not having influence. I think that says a lot about our system. But I'm constantly looking at how we can support Nick.
Are you concerned at all about the level of support the umpires give players who get tagged? I know you're not going to talk about that specifically, but overall, philosophically, do you think ball players deserve more support from the officials?
Watching it back, I was probably, it caught me off guard a bit how much he was getting tackled off the ball early. But I think he got some reasonable free kicks in the end to balance that out. We want our best players being the best players, but again, you tag someone, that comes at a cost to you. And so we hope they tag him this week, which I'm sure they will, but you've got to find a way of getting the best of both worlds. They tag Bontempelli, they lose by 70 points. So is it winning? What do you value? We'll work out through our version of it.
Is it the sort of thing you speak to the AFL about to just make sure they're aware of the that holding and that style of tagging?
No, I didn't, but the umpires are here today, and I know Matty Boy did. So I just asked the question. It's all within the rules, isn't it? Like there's holding off the ball and there's holding with the ball. Hopefully he gets a couple of those this week.
How close is Oscar Steen? Obviously, carryover for King's birthday. He's been knocking on the door for a little bit now. Can you get him in soon?
I'd like to think so. At some stage, I'd like Charlie West and Oscar, these guys, to get opportunities. I think it'll be good for us and good for them. A little bit of opportunity that makes us look a bit different, have a different energy. This is a long year. There's 10 games to go. You've got to get that balance right. How much of your system you want to be humming, but I want to keep growing, Guy. I want our players and our fans to feel, there's another growth. Look at Oscar Steen. He's improved. He can offer something. So I'm constantly living in that space. What that looks like, we'll wait and see.
If the AFL gives you a call and says, we want you to be in the competition committee, what would you say to that?
I'd be grateful and honoured. Going back to where I start from, I think to think you've got a voice at the table around to make the game better. I want this game to be as good as it possibly can be. So if I'm seen to be fit to do that, I'd be honoured.
Have they called you yet?
No, I haven't had that call. No. So again, in a briefing, someone mentioned that I was mentioned. I haven't had a phone call. That's new to me, but I'd be honoured if it did come.
And Braden Maynard re-signing as well. We've been spoken to you since then.
Yeah.
How gratifying was that for you?
Yeah, it's great for our footy club. I never had a feeling that he would leave. I just know how much he loves this place and how much we love him. But there's a process of that. That's what free agency allows you to do, to explore your options. And if we want to get free agents in, we've got to accept that others have got to speak to ours. So, but we're happy to have Brazzy part of our club for a longer term.
Are you in touch with Justin Lepage about finding the next Mason Cox overseas?
He texted me when he arrived in Dallas. Yeah, he's there at the moment, and we're looking for the next Mason Cox. Yeah.